Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their daily chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with this channel and support and resistance. Now, just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. And I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use that to start an account. You'll get one free stock. I also provided a link in the description for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account and you'll get one free stock. And just to let you know, I will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I will try to get to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. Okay, so let's get into the market today. Today is September 14th, 2021. You could see here the S&P 500 finished the day down 0.54% today. The Dow also finished the day down 0.63%, and the NASDAQ finished the day down 0.12%. So a red day all in all for each indice. The week yesterday was red also, so we might be looking at the start of a correction. The market has been looking for a correction for the past couple months. We haven't had one in a while, so this might be the start of the correction that the market has been looking for. So good luck to everyone. Hopefully everyone's prepared for that and everyone does well during this time. All right, so let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today. Today I'm going to be covering AMD. I've done a few videos on this one in the past. I haven't covered it in a while. I'll provide a link in the upper right hand corner to the most recent one. You should be seeing that right now, and you could go back and take a look at that and see how I got to where my chart is now. But today, AMD is currently trading at $105.80. It was up on the day 93 cents, which was the equivalent of 0.89%. After hours, it's up 7 cents, or the equivalent of about 0.07%. In the past week, this stock is down 2.78%. In the past month, it is actually down 1.76%. And in the past 3 months, it's actually up 29.8%. So very good past 3 months for this stock and this company. And in the past year, this company is up 37.76%. So you could see from the chart, the huge run up that we've had here after trading sideways for a while, going back to, it looks like August of 2020 here, we were trading sideways till about April here. Or actually, it looks like around May. We were trading sideways for a while here, just going up and down in between these support and resistance line, and then we just had a huge run up. And this was till August here, hitting that all-time high of $122.49, which we hit on August 4th of earlier this year, just about a month ago. And that was after the last earnings report. So we had a big run up before the earnings, and right after the earnings, it continued to run because of the great numbers that this company put out after their earnings report. So, it was well deserved that their stock price ran up after their earnings because they had very good numbers in their revenue and their earnings per share. So that is why this stock ran so much after the earnings report came out. So that's why you saw that happen. Now, looking into this chart here, you could see I have a resistance point up here at the top, right near the all-time high at around $119. That is where we need to see this get back up to, and we're going to want to see this thing close and hold above there if we want to see this get back to a new all-time high. Okay, we've never seen it close above 119, and we're going to need to get to see this thing close above that point. All right, now going down our chart, our first support area, which is where we're at right now, is around $103.13. All right, that's exactly where we're trading at right now, and that's where we have support. So at this area, this is where a lot of buyers are coming in. You could see that this is, where the breakout happened from around $94.37. That is where the former resistance was before it broke out to this area. And you could see it's kind of consolidating around that support area after it broke out. So it looks like it's making a bull flag up here, kind of consolidating and getting smaller up here as along that support area. And it looks like it might break out even further, okay? But we'll get into that in a minute. Let's go over the support areas even further. Let's go down our chart here. Like I said, 94.37 was our former resistance that got broken after the latest earnings report. And the last support area I wanted to talk about was $74.39. That was the area that was former support that it was stuck between while it was trading sideways since last August. That it was, when it was trading in between that area and the resistance point of $94.37. Okay, now I also wanted to talk about this trend line here, this green trend line that you could see on my chart. It's been trading along this trend line going back to around October of 2019, it looks like. I didn't draw it all the way through, but you could see clearly it goes all the way back to then. And it's been on a nice uptrend since then. So you could see a very nice uptrend this stock has been on. And then, it just pretty much just went straight up since right around this area of around June of 2021. It kind of just took off from that uptrend and went straight up. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does return to this trend line eventually. It might cool off. Don't be surprised if it does return back down here and have a nice bounce off this trend line. So don't get scared if you are in this stock and it does return to this trend line. Don't jump out. This might be an area of support in the future if we do have a correction in the future. So keep an eye on that trend line on your chart. Also, I have a red trend line here, which represents a downtrend that we have been in since making that all-time high here back in August. You could see that we've kind of been following this red trend line here, making lower highs since that all-time high was made back in August here. We've kind of been following this down lately as the market has kind of been selling off. So if you can see here, it's really kind of tight in here, consolidating along this red trend line and also consolidating along this support line too. So that is why I'm saying it's making a descending triangle in this area, along this support and along this trend line. So it's going to have to either do one of two things. It's going to have to break this support and follow this trend line down, or it's going to have to break this downtrend and break to the upside, okay, and hold this support line. So that's what I'll be looking for, and it's going to have to make that move by the end of this month. So just keep an eye on that in the next couple weeks here. Let's take a look at our weekly chart and see what's been happening on this. And as you could see on our weekly chart, my 50-period moving average has been following my trend line here, my green trend line, and my 50-period moving average on my weekly chart here in the blue is acting as support for this stock, okay? And you can see in the white is my 8-period moving average, and that is acting as support for this stock on the weekly chart during this rally that it's been on through this earnings report that just happened here. And you could see that, sorry about that, this past week that we have fallen below that 8-period moving average on our weekly chart. So that is showing a loss of momentum here. So it looks like we're going to need to get back above there. Otherwise, it looks like we might continue to follow this downtrend, this red line below our support line if we don't get back above that 8-period moving average on this weekly chart here. So keep that in mind for the weeks to come. If we don't recover that, we might be looking at further downside on our chart here, okay? And also look for that blue moving average, this 50 period moving average for support if we do get further down. Also, this 21 period moving average for support too, okay? So that might be support before the 50 period moving average, okay? Switching back over to the daily chart, that's about it for this one. Just wanted to point those things out on the chart here. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to put your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. And I will see you next time on Chart Stoppers.